You are listening to the audio production of Julia Ried, Listening and Led, Book 2 of the Esther Ried series by Isabella Pansy Alden, published by Audiobooks and read by Trisha Rose. Chapter 1, in which I find my sphere. I am Julia Ried. All the people who were acquainted with my sister Esther will, perhaps, have some memory of me. There have been many changes in our family since Esther went to heaven. When Sadie was 20, she was married to Dr. Van Anden, and they went to live in New Haven. Soon after that, our mother's health failed, so that she was unable to keep boarders any longer, and Dr. Van Anden opened his heart and his home and took Mother and Minnie in. He wanted to take me too, but his heart is larger than his home, and the latter was quite full enough without me, especially with my brother Alfred being a clerk in a dry goods store there and boarding with them. Indeed, the whole family just transplanted themselves one day to New Haven, this one branch excepted. Before that time, however, I came here. Here is a manufacturing town on the railroad, 10 miles from our old home. One day I sat in my room, resting my elbows on the window seat and my head in my hands, and thought hard. I was 16. I had no money with which to continue my education. I could not live on my brother-in-law. I would not live on Uncle Ralph. I must support myself. How? I could teach a common district school. That is, I knew I could listen to recitations in spelling and geography and the like, but I also knew that I did not like the idea. The thought of the great bare schoolroom, with bruised seats and dilapidated books piled on the desks, and a troop of naughty children dropping slates and throwing paper balls and eating apples slyly and making faces at me behind their books, while the July sun streamed in at us all from every uncurtained window, was utterly distasteful to me. I had no heart for the work. When I was 10 years old, I attended a district school. I had a teacher to whom we were all distasteful. She had no heart for the work. She was very cross to us. We did not like her in the least. I decided that I would not teach school. What next? There were very few avenues open, very few ways in which to turn. I had to think very hard. Sewing! I laughed a little, even in my perplexity. If there was any one thing more than another which was decidedly not my forte, that thing was sewing. I was not naturally of an idle disposition. Give me the proper utensils and I could work. A garden hoe, a broom, a slate and pencil, even a hammer and some nails. All these I could and had used. But a needle and thread, never those, when it was possible to avoid them. At my feet lay a newspaper. I picked it up and glanced aimlessly down a column of advertisements. The paper was one that Dr. Douglas had sent me the day before from the manufacturing town where he lived. Among the list of wants was a call for a bookkeeper in the paper box factory of Messrs. Sales and Getman. I read that with some animation. This was certainly something that I could do. The paper did not specify of what gender the bookkeeper must be, but the town was only 10 miles away, and Dr. Douglas lived there. One friend, anyway, and at least it would do no harm to try. I looked at my time.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?